Hello, everyone. I am Anish. I am first. I introduce you about myself, and then I introduce you who I am representing. Myself, I'm Anish, and I'm a scientist in a biomedical company. It's called Bruker. I am in Germany for last 4 years. Effectively 5 years. I was here even before. I did my PhD in Belgium, and then I did postdoc in Weizmann, and then I came as a scientist in Germany, and then in 2015, and then I moved to United States, and after 3.5 years, I came back again to Germany. I am representing DIG. DIG means Deutsche Indische Gesellschaft. It's actually founded in 1959 to maintain friendship and promote cultural relationship between Indian community and Germany. We are an open association. We have members from different Indians and also Germans and also other nationalities. We are open to anyone who are interested in our in Indian culture and our activities. Since beginning, DAG is actively organizing cultural events and other programs to support various needs of Indian community in Bremen. Each year we organize Indian Day, sports events, yoga day, scientific events for children, and much more. We have a student support program also to help students, current students and prospective students in the universities and institutions in Bremen. And it's worth to note that we are only providing the information within our scope and limit, yes, of course, about how to and what and where in Bremen, all of these. If you want to know information how to live here, how to do the things here, get the things done in Bremen. And if you have difficulties in finding apartments, or if you want to know about other living things in Bremen, you can always contact DAG Bremen. Yeah, that's all about.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhakaran. Mr. Singh, would you like to please introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Amit Kumar Singh, and I did my master's from here, Hochschule Bremen, in international tourism management. And after that, I'm working from last 5 years almost in different organizations, Amazon, and currently I'm working with a Swedish startup, Instabox. And I'm a supply chain and logistics professional now. And as Anish already explained, I'm also associated with DIG from, I think, since 2017. And I think Anish already explained everything what we do as a DIG association. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singh. Manisha?
Hi, Palak. Thank you. I am Manisha Ukwata. I was born and brought up in Sri Lanka. I moved to Germany in 2019 for my bachelor's in international business. But currently, I am working at a software company, an American and a German software company, as the sales and marketing manager. I have, like Palak already mentioned, I've been a DAD Young Ambassador for 2 years, from 2020 to 2022, where I came across a lot of international students, and a lot of them are actually here already, and they have started their career, their life as a student in Germany. So I'm happy to be here and give my experience and share my experience on this topic. If you have any questions, we can jump onto that at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Palak.
Great, thank you. Shanika?
Hello, everyone. So I'm Shanika. I've been living in Germany since 2019. I've been doing my PhD, which is almost over now. And yeah, I did my PhD in chemistry from Bochum, and currently I'm living in Frankfurt. Looking forward for the session. Thank you, Palak, for organizing it, and all the people here as panelists.
Thank you. Humaira?
Sorry, that took a bit long. Can you hear me?
Yes, Humaira.
Hi, everyone. My name is Humaira, and I'm from Kanpur, India. I did my master's from IIT Kanpur, and during my master's at IIT Kanpur, I got this DAD scholarship to do my master thesis work here in TU Darmstadt, and this is how I came to Germany to do my master thesis work at TU Darmstadt. And then during my master thesis work, I was offered a PhD. Since then, since 2019, I'm doing my PhD at TU Darmstadt in Germany in the Department of Material Science. I would be happy to answer your questions if you have questions regarding to research in Germany or about German language in general. Yeah, looking forward to the session.
Thank you so much. So I'm Palak Lakhani. I did my bachelor's in chemical engineering from MIT University, Rajasthan. Then I did my master's in polymer material science from Martin Luther University of Halle-Wittenberg. And recently I started my PhD in polymer characterization field in Fraunhofer Institute, Darmstadt, in collaboration with TU Darmstadt. And apart from that, I am the founder of Indian Association Saxony-Anhalt here in Halle-Saale, and we organize many kinds of cultural events, then webinar sessions as this one, which you can see now. We also organize different kinds of DJ nights. We work closely with different student associations in Germany, and we can also help you in finding accommodation or doing other processes after your arrival in Halle, especially. So if you need any kind of help, please feel free to contact us if you are in Halle, and please feel free to contact DIG if you are in Bremen. And I guess, so Mr. Bhandari is also in the DIG Bremen team, but I guess he hasn't joined yet. But we have Nupur ma'am. So you can contact either Dr. Prabhakaran or Mr. Singh or Mr. Bhandari if you are in Bremen. So let's get quickly started with today's session. And I would request Shanika to start. So before Shanika starts, I would like to mention that this will be the topics for today. Housing. We'll be covering housing, and we'll also give you tips how to find houses. Then residence permit or city registration. Then how to open bank account, health insurance, visa extension, cultural differences, language, mode of transportation, taxes, and then social life in Germany. So let's get started with the most important topic, which is housing.
Should I take over, Palak?
Yeah, Shanika.
Yeah, so hi, welcome everybody. I don't know how many of you are still in India or other parts of the world, or how many of you have already arrived in Germany. But as Palak already said, the most important thing when you start to plan to come to Germany is looking for an accommodation. And it is really very important, because until and unless you have a permanent house here, so with the contract, you cannot basically get started with any of your bank accounts, your city registration. So it is really important. So regarding that, it is, if you are a student coming here, it is best that you contact your university. And if you are coming through your company, it is best to get in touch with the HR team, which might help you, but that is always not the case. As it is also mentioned in the slide, it is best if you can start as early as possible, especially in bigger cities like Berlin, Frankfurt, Munich, Hamburg. It is really, really difficult to get in house, and especially if you are not in Germany. So usually landlords here want to have a background check where they want to know that you will be able to take care of the house, will be able to provide the rent on time. So it is really necessary that you have a good profile. Contact the owners previously, write to them as clearly as possible, and provide them all the documents. So that would be, like the starting point. I think there are quite a few websites where you can already start looking for houses. And like I already said, if you are a student coming in, it would be really nice if you can already write to your university and ask them for legitimate links where you can find accommodations. Yeah, thank you, Palak. So I think these are all the sites. If somebody needs, they can take a screenshot of the links. So yeah, and if we come to websites, it's always like problems associated with internet. There are scammers there. So just make a background check, have a look at the house, and if somebody is promising you a contract and asking you for advance payment and promising you to send over the keys, never do it. Never do it. I mean, here property is a very sensitive issue, and people, so both parties, even the renters and people who are going to the landlords, have to make sure that both the parties are authentic. So just do not make any decisions hastily, and just transfer money in the hope that when you arrive to Germany, you would get the keys. And Airbnbs and yeah, renting housing is not a big thing here in Germany. And there are also some laws for Airbnbs and etc. So just do your research and make sure that everything is quite clear. Yeah. Oh yeah. So like I said, after you get, Palak, I think you're on mute.
Manisha can carry over this.
Okay, then perfect.
Yeah, thank you, Shanika. So as students, when you come to, just like exactly like how Shanika said, once you find accommodation and you come to Germany, you have to sign a contract with the landlord or the housing society that provides you the housing facilities, and you have to do something called a city registration, that is the city Anmeldung. There are a couple of German terms. If you're a non-German speaker, I will explain those words with the translation and what it does while I explain it. So once you get your city registration, the housing contract or the agreement, you have to take that agreement together with your passport and together with your passport and your insurance, health insurance, to the city registration office. Or some cities refer to it as the Stadthaus, and most cities refer to it as the Einwohnermeldeamt, that is the city registration office. So depending on the city that actually you come to Germany, the term will differ. For an example, if I was a student in Bonn, we go to the Stadthaus to get the city registration. And if you're in Nuremberg, Munich, or Frankfurt, you have to go to the Einwohnermeldeamt to get the city registration. So you have to, once you come to Germany, within two weeks, you have to register yourself at the respective office. This is how the German government gets to know, okay, this student came to Germany and he or she is registered at the city office, and then only you can proceed with all your other activities in Germany. For an example, opening a bank account. I think after me, my colleagues will explain about opening the bank account together with the city registration. And once you go with the relevant document to the city registration office and you register yourself, you get an A4 paper, which is known as the Anmeldebestätigung, or mostly known as the Meldebescheinigung. You have to keep it safe with you. I know a lot of things are digitalized these days. Sometimes the university application is also now digitalized, but this document, you get it in print and you have to keep it safe, because you need this document to even extend your visa, or even to do anything in Germany. You need the certificate that you're registered in the particular municipal city. And the next thing is, if you move, for an example, when I was a student, I first in Bonn, and then I moved to Frankfurt, and then I moved to Marburg. I moved a lot. And you will also move your house from even within the city. But once you move the city, you cannot keep the old city registration with you. Rather, you have to take your new housing agreement to the same office in that relevant department, in that relevant city, and get your address changed. Get registered to the new address. You have to do it within 2 weeks. Otherwise, if you do not do it, if you're still registered, if I was still registered to my old address, I'll be fined or I'll be severely punished. And sometimes, in very rare cases, you can get deported also if you commit something illegal and you have not registered to the correct address. So deportation is an extreme case, but always be sure to be registered exactly where your address is. And I know a lot of people do a lot of roundabout work where you are sitting in one place but registered to other things. As a student, and as a person who's been in Germany for 4 years, I can tell you, be always ethical and legally correct, so that if anything comes, you can always move ahead with the legal side. So go to the city registration office with the relevant documents, that is the housing agreement, passport, and your insurance, and get your Meldebescheinigung or Anmeldungsbestätigung, and then get the certificate. Keep it safe. And once you decide to leave Germany, okay, you're done or you want to stay in Germany, if you leave Germany permanently and come to India or come to London, come to your home country, go to another country, you have to yourself deregister from the city. But I hope that you do not have that option, and you will enjoy time in Germany, and then you will go forward in your career in Germany as well. So good luck. Thank you, Palak.
Dr. Prabhakaran?
Hello. As already Manisha and Shanika explained you how to settle in Germany, the first thing after settling is you need a bank account. For the bank account, of course, you need, as Manisha already explained, you need address proof, you need a residence permit, and also city registration. So with these documents, you can open a bank account, and most of the banks in Germany, local banks especially, work in German only. If you want English speaking, there's no typically English speaking banks, but there are banks which offer English services in English. For example, Deutsche Bank and Commerce Bank, they have English portal, and also they have in English speaking formats. You can you can always get service from them. So yeah, then there are online banking services as well. Like for example, N2 banking, you can open it freely from anywhere, but it doesn't have a physical location, but you're always dealing online. And then about fees and charges, there will be some sort of fees for maintaining the account. Doesn't matter student or employed. For students, there are some for some banks, for example, Commerce Bank, if I know, and Deutsche Bank, they offer some student accounts with less charges. You can always consult them and ask the details of the fees for the maintaining the account. Then about transferring the money internationally, if you want to transfer money from India to Germany, it always associated with the charges. You should always enter how much it costs when you transfer the money from Indian banks to German banks. And next thing I want to tell you. Yeah, customer service. Yes, I already told you. Some banks offer customer services in English, like Deutsche Bank and Commerce Bank, and some other banks probably it will be very difficult for you if it is typically German speaking. For example, Sparkasse Bank, they have only things in German, so it will be very difficult for you. So always check if it is if they have English supporting hotline or English portal, then it will be, the things will be easier for you. Yeah, about yeah, that's all about the bank. Yeah, here's a list of banks. As I already said, Deutsche Bank and Commerce Bank come the first two. And those are the things mostly international students and people who come here to work from other countries prefer, because they have English-speaking website. N26 Bank, it's an online bank. You can open it from anywhere. They have a lot of offers, yeah, but they don't have a physical location. But it has a very good review online.
So, Mr. Singh.
Thank you, Anish. So, in Germany, it's very important to have insurance, and in fact, it's illegal. You cannot live in Germany without a proper or adequate insurance. So, when it comes to insurance, the students or expats or professionals always confuse between private and public insurance. So if you are an employee and earning less than 66,000 per annum, you are obliged to take public insurance. You have no other option. You have to take public insurance. And if you are earning more than 66,000 per annum, you have a choice, privilege. You can take public or private insurance. Of course, private insurance are sometimes expensive, but they have more benefits. So it depends on your income. Second thing, as a student, there are some cheap insurance options like Mavesta or Care Concept, which is good for for the students if you are physically fit and you don't need to go very often to the doctors. Then they can take these cheap options. For them, it's I think it's good and it's a financially better option for them. And if and suppose that if students get a student job or something and earning more than 750 euros per month, they can go for a public insurance as well. There is no enrollment deadline as per the insurance because you have to come with an insurance. Maybe you come from India with a travel insurance or 3 months or 6 months, and then you have to take a German insurance. So there is a no deadline kind of thing, but most of the like some typical treatments like a dental or something, they need 30 days or 31 days a notice period. Means you take insurance, and then if you need to go for some typical treatment like dental or something, they need a 31 days period, cooling period kind of thing. Yeah. And for the there is no cooling period for the like hospitalization or accident. You can go directly with your insurance even on the first day. There is no cooling period for that. Required documents, your passport, if you are earning, your salary slips, and your passport and your salary slips, and Meldungsbescheinigung if you have. Then these things you needed for your insurance. You can do it. You're online. You can consult your university, or you can consult with your employer, which many companies has their own public insurance provider. So depends. And coverage almost public insurance almost 90% are same. They cover almost everything. The few benefits are like some extra yoga classes or swimming classes and so on. You can check with your provider. Then you can get some extra benefits as well. For the additional coverage, like if you have a go to more often to the dentist or something, you can opt for a dental insurance, separate dental insurance, while even though basic treatments are covered in the public insurances, but sometimes you need a braces or something, then you need to have a additional insurance for the crowns, and so they don't cover in public insurance. And the charges are depend from for students is around, for Mavesta and Care Concept, around 50 euros per month. And if you go for public insurance for students is below 30 degree, it's around 200 euros. And if you're working, it's typically deducted from your salary. It's around 7.5%, something like that. And you don't need to pay. It's directly deducted from your Gehalts, from salary. Yeah, and yeah, there is another option when you change your insurance. Mostly if you're changing from public to public, means you are changing your insurance provider. It takes typically 3 months notice period. Then you can switch from one public provider to another one. And if you are changing from private to public, it's easy, but from public to private, it's very difficult, and you need to explain several things. And most of the time it's done, but it's difficult. You have to explain a lot why you are choosing like this. And typically there are many insurance providers like TA, AOKA, Armar. What my experience is, AOKA don't have English support. TK sometimes they have English speaking customer care service provider, and Armor has English support. So it depends on your requirement, what type of coverage you need, what you need extra services, that talk to your provider. And 9% coverage is same for all the things, but if you need something additional, then you have to talk to your provider. And for there is no list of the private, but you can choose some like for the cheap one, Care Concept or other streams. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Humaira?
Yeah. Now we will talk about visa extension. So first of all, when it comes to visa, it's very important to take care of the time, because sometimes you may have to even wait for longer times. Here in Ausländerbehörde, for me, it was like I had to wait 3 months for an appointment. So be sure to apply well in time for the visa extension. Be very sure to prepare all the required documents. Inform yourself well what are the documents that you need. For example, that's pretty clear that you will need a passport and other documents like registration, as it was already discussed. That, and after that, the purpose of stay. So this is also one of the things that's required when you apply for visa extension. Why are you staying? Are you staying for job? Are you staying as a student? So be very well prepared to be ready with your purpose of stay and the relevant documents regarding that. Then language. Of course, you can live without German, but when you go to Ausländerbehörde, there the officials might not be. So it's recommendable to know at least some basics of German language that you can talk to the officials there. And then the renewable limits for visa, be informed like how many times your visa can be renewed, and then do accordingly. And yeah, the 7th is required appointments. I think I already covered this part in the timing that you might need to get appointments at the Ausländerbehörde for the extension. So be well in time and schedule your appointment in time. Yeah, that's all related to visa extension. Could you please change the slide?
Yeah, so I will carry on with this part. So let's talk about the first point, which is the communication styles. So usually, I guess many of you already know that Germans tend to be very direct, and they value straightforward communication, and they may not appreciate indirect communication styles or excessive politeness. It's important to be really clear and concise when communicating with Germans. Punctuality is the most important factor for Germans, and they may find it disrespectful if someone is consistently late. It's important to arrive on time for meetings and for any kind of appointment. Talking about the personal space, Germans tend to value their personal space and may feel uncomfortable with physical contact or invasion of personal space. So it's really important to respect personal boundaries and avoid physical contact unless it's initiated by the other person. When we talk about the work culture, they have a really strong work ethic and they value efficiency and productivity. So they may not appreciate excessive small talk or socializing during work hours. So it's important to prioritize work and be focused during your work hours. Now, when we talk about the dining etiquette, Germans typically hold their fork in their left hand and knife in their right hand while eating. So they also tend to eat relatively quickly, and they may not appreciate prolonged meal times. So usually, I guess Dr. Prabhakaran and Mr. Singh would agree with me that the break hours, the lunch hours are usually for 30 minutes or 45 minutes and not more than that. So that is the main reason that they don't like prolonged meal times. And it's important to follow the lead of your German hosts, and you need to adhere to their dining customs. So when we talk about respect for rules, Germans tend to place a high value on following rules and regulations. And it's important to stick to the rules and regulations in Germany and respect the authority of those in positions of power. When we talk about, let's say, a dress code, they tend to dress conservatively, so particularly in professional settings. So it's important to dress appropriately for the occasion and avoid overly casual or revealing clothing. So when we talk about humor, German humor can be quite and sarcastic at times and may not be immediately apparent to someone from a different cultural background. So it's important to be aware of this cultural difference and not take offense if you don't understand a joke or find it funny. When we talk about the personal relationships, Germany places a high value on personal relationships, but may take longer to establish close friendships or social connections. As many of you might already be knowing, most of the Germans are kind of introvert. I mean, they become extrovert when they get to know you. And may come a culture that places more emphasis on socializing and building personal connections, it's important to be patient and not take it personally. Germans seem more reserved or distant at first. So, Shanika?
I think in the presentation there were some points that suggesting how important the German language is. So, as no German is the official language of the country,
હેલો બોલો હું નાવા ગઈ હમણાં જ નીકળી મને હજુ 5-10 મિનિટ લાગશે મેમને કીધું હા એ સમજાણું હમણાં મમ્મીને પૂછી લો હવે હોય તો તમારે ત્યાંથી લઈ જઈશ હા તમે નહીં નીકળ્યા છો સરસ એટલે મેડમ કે સાઈડનો પ્રોગ્રામ કેન્સલ ચાલે છે હા છે પંખા જેવો સિમ્બોલ છે એનો ORS કેવું કંઈક લખ્યું છે હા પંખા જેવો હા કારણ કે એને તો 3.5 કીધેલું પણ હજુ ચાલે છે
Arbeit loss, that is almost 60% of your net income, previous year's income.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Because on 10th May, I'm having another appointment with Arbeitsagentur. So let's discuss. So simultaneously, I'm searching the job actually. So there are interviews lined up, and yeah.
You can also ask them for some courses if you are interested for the your skill enhancement, like SAP or something. You can ask them; they will also support you on that. But it depends on your
case. Yeah, there's a case if you have B1 and B1 level German, and if you're not getting job, and if you want to do further studies in your field of expertise, for example, if you are a computer science you're in computer science field, and if you want to do a master's or something related to computer sciences, they will pay. If you're doing something totally different, they probably don't pay. For example, if you're in computer science and if you want to do something physiotherapy, then they don't pay for it. So to get a job in related field, if you have B1, yes, there are a lot of possibilities. You can ask, you can contact the migration center again, I think, or job center. I don't know which place to contact, Amit.
It's an Agentur für Arbeit.
Agentur für Arbeit.
Job center is for the ALG2 and the some kindergarten and so.
Okay. Sure. And about the education is my next question. So thanks, Anish, for explaining me out. So I can do the master in this situation. Is that okay? Am I right? So
if you're not
that
getting
I
job,
need to inform to the in Germany.
You can tell the go ahead.
No, carry on, Anish.
If you're not getting job, you can tell that you can. I think there are special application form. I think for that. You're already having B1 or what level of German you have?
No, actually, I'm having A2 right now.
A2, then I think it's better. It's always safe to go to B1 for jobs here in Germany. It's better to go to B2, but A2, I lot of I saw that the employers just reject because of A2.
Yes,
B1 right. They consider to be okay.
They will support you for the language course also.
They support for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to contact
you can claim it in tax return, okay? If you do B1, the German course.
No, they will pay a Bescheinigung. You don't need to pay anything. They will
You don't need to pay anything. Yes, Agentur
Okay.
für Arbeit will give you a Gutschein, and
Okay, good
with that
time.
Gutschein, you just have to submit it to the language schools, and
Okay,
you don't need to pay anything. You will get book for free. Exam will be for free, but
okay,
only if you like you need to pass the exam.
that's true.
If you
Okay,
fail, then I guess you have to pay from your pocket for the exam fees.
and during this course, and so you are not allowed to work. Means you have to
Yeah.
do full-time study, and you don't need to do anything else. Means that's a prerequisite. You don't need to do anything else, and you cannot do anything else.
okay. During this course,
Yes, and you
during this
cannot leave
language
the
course.
course also in the middle. You have to finish the course, and you have to get the result.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm aware about the A2, and okay, sure.
Uh,
Now
Mackie,
the picture is clear
If you
there right
don't
now.
mind, Mackie, if you don't mind, can we
I'm
take
so sorry.
questions
Okay,
from someone else?
yeah, sure. Thanks everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye bye.
Avdesh?
First of all, thank you everyone for such an informative talk. My name is Abdesh, and I'm coming to Dresden actually for my PhD studies. So my question is more directed towards Humaira, who is in the similar field as mine. I'm from physics, and I'm going to join Max Planck in Dresden. So I just have a like normal question: how's the research lab there? And maybe you can guide me, like because I'm going to transition from Indian academics to the German academics. So maybe you can share something, like I'm quite nervous regarding that point of view only. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, don't be nervous. Be relaxed, be confident, and trust your skills. And what would really help you? uh, do I hear my own echo, or you all can hear my own echo? No? Okay. So what people here really focus is on your basics. So here, the main motto of your research is not to publish 10 papers, but to do a high quality research. So if you continue your PhD work, I would suggest that have your approach towards a good research work, good research practices, rather than just focusing on producing papers. So this is one thing. And second thing is be independent. If you are unsure about something, first try everything to find a solution of it by yourself, and then you can go to ask your colleagues for the help or something. So here people really work very independently from each other. And then last but not the least, try to be as efficient as possible. Don't work too much on weekends. Enjoy a good work-life balance. That's far better than what I hear from PhDs in India. Yeah, that would be my opinion. I think Shanika can also add something. She's also a PhD. Maybe she also
Yeah,
has some
I
interest.
mean, I just wanted to add. So I think congratulations for getting into the PhD program. And like I think Humaira said, just be confident, believe in yourself, and very important. As a PhD, you are not considered a student, so your supervisor will not consider you as a student, but as an individual. So just take responsibility of your PhD completely upon you. If you have any crazy ideas, just pitch it to him and or her, and just go ahead. Because as a PhD candidate, you would be required to train more students, be more independent. And I think one of the major things which you should concern is have a good connections with your colleagues. So not with your supervisor. I mean, yeah, it is important, but if you have like a good working environment, that would be really helpful for your PhD. So talk in the beginning as much as possible, ask them questions, and don't be scared to show your personality to your co-PhDs. That would be really appreciated. I think otherwise everything would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I may add a few
Thank you.
sentences for the PhD students. Like if there are other PhD aspirants here, most of the PhD students, the problem is like initially when they come from India to here, they might get lost due to the cultural shock. And yeah, they don't know what to do. They came to a new place, new situation. That happened to me as well. And the first day for me, what happened was the professor gave me a set of papers and started do the work. I don't know what to do. So this kind of situation can arise. So here, when professor take you as a PhD student, he assumed that you know everything. You are going to do everything independently. Not like in India. They train you 1 year. They give you time to learn things and get ready for the research. But here, no time. They started that, and they have only 3 years to finish. Okay, so you have to be on track, and you had to read a lot and try to do independently and ask questions, and also try to be involved in the team and integrate with the team and discuss with the team members. Okay, that's it.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Yes, I just have one follow-up question regarding that.
Yeah.
How I will I'm completely new. I don't have any experience in German, and my Max Planck Institute is international, so they have told me that I don't need any kind of experience in Max Planck. But when I will arrive in Dresden, then like few days, how can I do that? So basically, I want to know about internet connectivity in starting days, because as far as I know, I can't get a SIM without banking and resident permit and so on. So maybe you can guide me something regarding that, like how can I manage a few days at least in the start.
So
I think
yeah, Amit,
when you
Amit
arrive
sir.
in your accommodation, most probably you will have a Wi-Fi. And if it's not, there is a kiosk. There are many kiosks, and you can get RD SIM or Leica SIM with your passport with the data. So it's not difficult. You can get a SIM in the kiosk and in the supermarkets as well with the data load. You can do that. Means it's not, you don't need a resident permit for that. You can get with your passport for initial days. Just like you can load your with 10 euro, 15 euro, and then you can use it.
Okay, that is very reassuring. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.
I want to add that you can also have international data packs in your Indian SIM when you come here. So these are some short-term packs, like in Airtel, they offer some packs that you can have internet for 1 week or so. That also could be one option.
Okay, I will check it out. Thank you.
Arun Mohan.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Arun Mohan, and I am. Yeah, thank you very much for this informative session. Yeah, I am planning to move to Germany somewhere in the end of June. So then my question is about the kindergarten admission things and how we can ask for a or look for a kindergarten admission in Germany, where we stay in the city.
Well, that's a difficult one. Means kindergarten is really a hectic task to find a kindergarten for you. Schooling is easy. Means once you registered, your kid is more than 6 years, you will automatically get a letter from the amt and you enroll your kid. But kindergarten, you have to wait maybe 6 months, 7 months, maybe 1 year. Depends. Sometimes maybe someone already moved from one place and maybe.
How old is the child?
My daughter is 5 years and 2 months.
Then 5 years. Then she has a right to get the kindergarten.
Yeah,
she will get it.
Is there a limit, like age limit? If it's beyond that, they should give it or something like that.
I think any about 3-year-old, she has the right. Of course, it is her basic right, and the government will the city will send you the paper, and she will get it. You have to accept it. Yeah.
No, Anish, it's for the schooling. Kindergarten, you have to search.
No, kindergarten you have to get. But in my case, I got the paper, and she was easily moved in this case. And
so how will I search? Means I have to search in the internet for this, or I have to ask some support or something.
Because 5-year-old especially is very important, because it is preschooling. There is a training time.
Right.
It's a preschool time. It's very important.
No, how would I approach? I mean, somebody have to contact the city office.
You have to register online. Register online. In the Kita portal, there is a Kita portal, and you can register there. You can give the 3 preferences. If you are not getting the 3 preference, they will give you the other whatever available closer to your residency.
I can only do this after the city registration.
After city registration, yeah, you need a Kita pass. Yeah, the Kinder pass, something like that. Yeah, there is a number you get after the registration. You have to do the city registration for the whole family, and then you will get a number. This number, and with this number, you can register on the Kita portal.
And also, if the kid didn't get any Kita place, and they directly go to school, they will provide an extra language courses for the kids additionally. So don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Priyanka?
Yeah, hi Palak, and hello everyone. Thank you for this wonderful session. Actually, I joined this session pretty late when the question answers session commenced. I joined, so I missed the main part. I just wanted to check that whether this is going to happen again rather than repeating my questions. So
Uh, I mean, we can maybe plan once again, but let's see how many turn up for the next session, because we were planning next session directly for the winter semester students in maybe August. But let's see, if there are more people, then we can conduct it again. That's not a problem. But you can ask your question if you have any particular question right now.
yes, so actually, my specific question is with respect to I have arrived in Germany last 2 months back, like in January. This is on a dependent visa. And now I hold a work experience of around about 7 years. So I'm into medtech field. So I am intending to find new job opportunities here. I'm currently in Frankfurt. So how do I proceed about? I mean, I have checked few of the sites, but I hope that if I can get some more advice here or um, some helpful links which can actually expedite the activity, that will be really helpful. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so I would like to suggest few things. First of all, registered in the Agentur für Arbeit as unemployed, and basically they will suggest you to do some courses or language courses or integration course, and after that they can do something. So if you are okay, you can start applying by yourself from LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and other job portals. And I think your area where I don't know how much German level required, but you can start applying by yourself, and by the time being you also start learning German and uh, register at Agentur für Arbeit for language courses or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, I'll
I
do
think
that.
just to elaborate, I think LinkedIn is a very valid platform in Germany. So just try and focus on your LinkedIn profile, try and build connections. So LinkedIn could help you, and if you want, you can also then write them cold messages if you find a company or an HR manager on LinkedIn. And I think Zing is a very nice platform in Germany, so you could also use that, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from LinkedIn and Zing, there is Stepstone, then Glassdoor, Monster, Indeed. You can use all these platforms to find a job in your field. But LinkedIn also sometimes does head hunting. So, but for head hunting, you need to keep your profile very updated, and then I guess you can also get job via head hunting.
Sure. Thank you, Palak, and thank you, others. I have just a last question with respect to language. Actually, I started whatever the resources were available, especially the Duolingo and some of the written materials. And just recently, a few days back, I joined the language learning group here by Indians. There is this everybody is saying that I do not know how to pronounce Folkschul or Folkschul. Is it only meant for the I do not know, is it for asylum seekers and refugees, or the expats like us can also join? And if somebody can just quickly help me understand that.
So Volkshochschule is what you mean. Volkshochschule is VHS, and
Yes.
VHS is usually present in each and every city. And Volkshochschule, anyone can join it. It's like any other language school. For example, few cities have InLingua. It's a private language institute. Few cities have Alpha Schule. Many cities have Volkshochschule, VHS. Then there is also There are also other language schools. For that, as Mr. Singh mentioned earlier, I guess you were not present, but maybe you can get a Gutschein from Agentur für Arbeit. And with this Gutschein, you can decide, while getting a Gutschein, they will ask you, where do you want to register for the course? And you can tell them that I want to register at Volkshochschule, and in the Gutschein, name of that institute will be written. And then with this Gutschein, you can go to Volkshochschule, and when their new batch is starting, you can directly join the new batch. But it's not that it's only for asylum seekers or for particular group of people. Anybody can join it. Even students can go to Volkshochschule. So it's open for everyone.
Sure, Palak sir. The one word which you were mentioning, what is that? Can you repeat? Good shine, something.
Good shine is like a coupon. It's like how do you say this? Not a discount coupon, because actually with this coupon the course will be free for you. You don't have to pay anything. Because usually B2 course and C1 courses are really expensive in Germany, and you are not allowed to pay from your pocket. For example, when I wanted to do B2 and C1 course, I was ready to pay, but they told no, you can't pay. You need a Gutschein from Agentur für Arbeit. So a Gutschein is like they will give you a bunch of paper, A4 size paper, 3 or 4 pages, where everything will be written that government is funding your course.
All right, sure, sir. I'll work on it and try to get that.
And the German group you are talking about, I am the admin, so you can post in the group, and I will write this word there, Gutschein.
And also, I mentioned it's a full-time course, and you have to attend full-time. You cannot work during that period.
Understood, sir. Yeah. Thank you very much for your valuable inputs and time. Appreciate.
Thank you. Kiran Goda.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for this. So I recently arrived in Germany last week on a blue card visa along with my wife. She came with a dependent visa. So we have the appointment with the Foreign Office for blue card in June. So my question is that my wife found a job. So she's attending the job from next week, and her job is eligible for blue card. So now can she, instead of registering as a dependent, can she apply for blue card on her own?
Yes, I think she can apply for a blue card, of course.
Okay.
If she has a job, she can always apply for a blue card.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Malik.
Yeah, hello, hi. My question is, I arrived in Germany last month with my wife and a 8-month-old kid, and I came on a blue card. The question is, I have not yet registered. City registration is not yet done for me. I am yet to find the apartment. I am still in the hotel provided by my company. So I just wanted to know how late it is okay to register in the city, because I am yet to find the apartment. Maybe it will take somewhere around 15 days or 1 month to still find it. So how late it is okay to register in the city? City registration can be done.
Legally, I would suggest 14 days, and that is what we we tell everyone to stick to it. Register within 14 days, but that is the ideal situation. Reality is far more different than this, because it's next to impossible to find a house in a big city in just 14 days.
Yes.
So, like, in reality, it can be done even after 1 month or 2 months. It doesn't matter, because I myself did it after 1 month.
Okay.
The officer at Bürgeramt is where you do your city registration.
Okay.
They may ask you a question, why are you registering so late?
Okay.
But it depends on their mood. Usually they don't ask anything, because they know the housing situation in Germany. So it's not a problem. But legally, as a representative from IASA and from DIG, Mr. Singh, and we would recommend 14 days. That register within 14 days.
But with the hotel address, it won't be possible, right? So
no, with hotel address and with Airbnb, it's not possible.
No, just talk to your HR. Maybe you can register with your company address also. It's possible if your HR is ready. And also you can talk to your few of these Airbnbs for you can rent a Airbnb for 3 or 6 months, and then they are ready to give you a what is it called? A Bescheinigung that you are living here. And with that, Wohnungsgeber Bescheinigung, and then you can register. And also you can register with your company address if your company is HR is ready for temporary basis.
Okay, because thing is what my HR told is like if you registered late after 6 weeks maximum, then it may cause issue at the time of blue card application. So that was the reason I asked this question. So yeah, maybe I will just check with my HR if they are okay. And one more question is my baby is 9 months old. Okay, and her vaccination is scheduled in India in let's say today itself as per the Indian schedule. But when I registered here in for the pediatrician, they are telling that this vaccination schedule in Germany is of after 10 months or 11 months. So is there anything, it is like that? I'm not aware of that one, any schedule like that.
Do you already have the Indian, the vaccination card?
Yes.
So doctor will tell you better, means they know how to do that. And so
they gave me appointment of June actually. In the June they gave me appointment.
Yeah, so I think the vaccination period is like from like the vaccination U3 or U4, from flexible dates, like 2-3 months you can done. So if you have an Indian vaccination card, the doctor is better to tell you. Means we are not doctors, so just follow the doctor's advice.
Just on the personal experience, if anyone has an experience. Okay, I will check with that also. Okay, thank you very much for this informative session. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Palakji, Sunil here. Just for answering Malik's question, I also stayed in hotel for almost 2 months since I was not able to get the apartment. But I'm single. But through hotel, I got a letter. I requested them for immediate request, and I got a letter from them. And with that, I could get the registration because my company HR also was telling that I had to get the registration done so that a bank account could be opened for the salary.
Yes.
So I had requested hotel. I am in Stuttgart. I stayed in Holiday Inn hotel. So
yes,
they gave
even I
me
am in Stuttgart.
yeah, they gave me a letter. Yeah. So I got it registered, a temporary registration. Yeah.
Okay.
You could check with the hotel, and if they give that, it could be done. Yeah.
Or just shift to Holiday Inn for 1 week,
That would help because another of my colleague also has done the same thing.
Okay. Okay. I will check with that. I am in
just share the
Adagio.
address which holiday it was, so we can check.
It is near the island of Banff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will check with the hotel and HR both.
So we take the last question from Chandar Chawla, and we close the session then.
Thank you, Palak, and thank you everyone for organizing this wonderful webinar. It's really helpful. My question is regarding the point that we had discussed earlier about Kita. So I am moving to Stuttgart next month with my family, and I'm currently in Spain, living in Spain, in Madrid. So I want to understand if, getting a Kita is difficult is what I've been hearing and, reading. So I want to know if we don't get the Kita and both the husband and wife are working, how would they manage with the kid? Like, is there normal to have babysitters in Germany? Like in Spain, it's very normal to have a babysitter at home and he or she will take care of the baby and we can, work. So is it something similar in Germany, or is there anything else that we can manage if we don't get the Kita for the kids?
I had the same situation, so I can explain, I think. When I came here, my daughter was just 1 year old, and my son was 5 year old, and we both were working. We both got a job, and she had to work within. She had to start her work within 3 months after coming here. And in case if the child is less than 3 year old, and if both the parents are working, the child has the whole right to get a Kita. you can apply for it, but it's very, very hard to find a kita or kindergarten. So what we did was we registered for the kita, and also there in Bremen there was something called PIB, something like that that in your state as well. Once you register there, you can call 115 for the details. They will give you all the information. And so once we register at PIB, they will search for you around, and if they are not finding a kita, they will arrange a Tagesmutter. Tagesmutter means somebody who take care of the children at home. They have all the facilities, and what PIB told us was that she is well qualified, although she is not in not working in a kindergarten. She is well qualified, and PIB take all the responsibilities, and we don't pay for anything. It was for free, because the PIB will pay directly to the Tagesmutter, because the child had the right to get the kindergarten, to get the kita, but she didn't get it. So it was a responsibility of the PIB, and the PIB paid the fees directly to the Tagesmutter. And we can still keep searching for other kita. Once we get it, we can move the child to the kita. Once she moved to the child moved to the kita, then we have the parents has to pay the fees. The fees are really high. It depends on the state. For the child, if the child is less than 3-year-old.
Okay. Thank you very much. That really helps. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Prabhakaran, Mr. Singh, Humera. Then Manisha, she left. Shanika, thank you so much, and thanks all the participants for attending this webinar.